Hey, 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 beautiful people. How are y'all? I'm back for another one. And uh I wanted to continue on with the discussion I started yesterday about herbology. And I had talked to you guys about my husband giving the herbs between 1 and 5 or 4. Um and he was talking about the taste of the herbs. And I said herbs are not supposed to taste good. They are here to heal the body. But I did not, I wasn't asking him about the taste of the herbs. I was asking him about the effectiveness of the herbs. And he still gave a 4. So I said, why did you give a 4? And he said, because they are slow in recovery time. And I said, true, absolutely. They are slow in recovery time. But the difference between herbs, which is not alternative, okay? That other stuff that they give you over the counter and prescribe you, that's alternative, okay? So let's not get that twisted. They have taken it and twisted it all around. God's herbs are not alternative. Okay. Um, Herbs know where to go exactly in the body. They do not destroy and not destructive. Unless you get a hold of something that you shouldn't get a hold to. But ordinary herbs that are used as medicinal, they go straight to the problem. It may take a little bit, but they are gentle, they are highly intelligent, and they know how to work with the body. On the other hand, the alternative medicines, I wouldn't even call it medicine, the drugs that you may be prescribed or over the counter, what do you hear about them? Major side effects. They can be very destructive to the body because they don't know where to go in the body. The pathway they go, they create destruction on the pathway, whether it's good or bad. They may get to the problem, but they're going to destroy something else in the process. Let's put it like that. So if you do have side effects, and I wouldn't call them side effects from herbs, I would call them detox symptoms, because a lot of times when you start your herb journey and you may have never taken herbs, you're coming off all the junk that you have been eating, and especially over the years, and you've never done herbs. So it's not the side effects, it's the detox symptoms that you get from all of the junk that you have been consuming over the years. So that was my conclusion when my husband had said that. Also, I want to say you have to be proactive about your health. If you have been diagnosed with a underlying so-called disease by the medical industry, you cannot play around with your health. So when it comes to herbs, and you all of a sudden fall very sick from your underlying disease, herbs may not be the thing to give you in that moment in time because they are slow acting. This is why you have to be a participant in your own, not participation, well, participation too, but participant in your own health, because and you got to be on top of it. Our body gives us warning signs. We don't listen to it. Our body is always talking to us. But why is it that we wait till we get very ill and then we want to do something about it? And I want to express that if you have an underlying disease, so-called disease, that flares up, just say diabetes, or we'll do high blood pressure better, because most people have high blood pressure versus diabetes. I'm not saying people don't, but just say high blood pressure. Just say you've been eating and whatever, just constantly eating, and your blood pressure goes up to over 200 systolic and 100 and something diastolic, okay, top and bottom number. And you have been getting like headaches here and there. You've been feeling a little dizzy. I mean, I'm like several weeks, but you just ignored it and you kept eating what you wanted to eat and drinking what you wanted to drink. You just totally ignored your symptoms. And then all of a sudden, you need emergency care, okay? So maybe someone in your family, your husband, your wife, knows something about herbs. And they give you herbs to help you, to keep you from going to the hospital. The herbs are not working fast enough. So you end up in the hospital and you are in a critical state. But you've been getting warnings from your body for weeks. Just say a couple of weeks and you just totally ignored and you just ate. Those are the type of things that happens all the time to people. They end up getting going to the hospital. They give you all these emergency treatment. Sometimes you may get better, but it's not, you don't really get better. It's a Band-Aid. It's a mask. Unless you start to change your ways, your eating habits, just start to change your whole lifestyle, exercise, all of that good stuff. But if you don't, you're just putting a Band-Aid on it. That underlying so-called disease that they have given you is still there. They give you medications that's going to have a lot of side effects, very destructive to your system. And as you notice, a lot of people, once they've been diagnosed, for one, they've already given you like some type of sentence. Whether, cancer, that's like a death sentence when they tell you like you got 6 months to die. That's a death sentence. So mentally, psychically, they have already worked their dark magic on you. They have already told you, hey, you're going to die. Or, this runs in your family, high blood pressure. And they tell you that, you think that's what you automatically supposed to have. So, hey, I got to be on medications for the rest of my life. That is not going to do anything but keep you coming back for prescription after prescription after prescription. Money after money after money. So you have to be an active participant in your own health. And it's amazing how people put their life, put their health in the hands of a stranger. It is so amazing to me. And you ask no questions. And 75% of you, if I say, what medications are you on, you can't even tell me the name of them. On top of that, you don't know what they're for. On top of that, you don't know what the side effects are. But you take them, you put your trust in someone. If you don't care about your health, how can you put your trust in someone that you really don't know? How? And on top of that, the medications that they give you, they are extracted from nature. I'm sorry, y'all, I've been eating some nuts. They have extracted it from nature, went in a lab, did all the splicing and dicing, because they can't make money off herbs. They can't patent it. They can make money, but they cannot patent it to make millions of dollars, okay? So this is why they extract. This is why they slice and dice your food, your medications. And then you get all these side effects because they take the originality out of something that God made for free. So I just want people to start really thinking about, we have been so programmed. I want people to start thinking about the programming. If you tell someone a lie long enough, they're going to believe it. And if you silence people that are telling the truth, then you can get the masses to be against the few that is telling you the truth. As I have been hearing here lately on the internet, they educate you to test you. They educate you to test you, to program you to believe the lies. See, we're turned upside down. Because when you really start evaluating things, none of it makes sense. And after 2020, I have been a nurse by profession. I have worked in ICU, intensive care, and trauma, cardiothoracic surgery, research for nephrology, immunizations, and I've been in the community. So I have a vast amount of experience. And I can tell you right now, after 2020, I lost all respect for the medical industry. Not for my colleagues, but for the medical industry, because you got to be careful working in this industry, because you may not be making the rules, but you're following protocols that are deadly, that are harmful to humanity. So I'm no longer working in the medical industry because justice needs to be served to the highest. And I am calling justice upon their heads. Ma'at is here to balance the scales of justice. So, it ain't none of my business what you doing, but I know what was on my heart, my spirit, that I could no longer operate in that system. I have learned more about how to heal your body than I ever learned in the medical institution, doing my own research. So I'm here to tell you guys, be proactive in your own health. Because once you hit that hospital in a critical state, you are at the hands and the mercy of them. So why not take an active role in your health before you get to a critical state? You can heal your body. There's a patent for every disease that they have diagnosed people with, but they're not going to give you that information. That's why you got to do your own research. That's why you got to be your own doctor. Stop putting your health in the hands of strangers that do not know you, especially if you are a melanated person. Just because people look like you, they're following protocol. But okay, that's all I want to say about my second part of my video from yesterday. Be an active participant in your own health. All right, this is coming from a place of love in my heart. All right, have a good day.